Okay, before we begin, I would like you to take one proper deep breath with me. And just release all the tension that is in your body, if you can. Let's do it again because it does feel so good. You see, now your nervous system has calmed down somewhat. You can do it again and again and again until you feel absolutely calm. The topic for today's video is not a new one by any stretch of the imagination. So many people speak about this, but it's so important. Turn off your goddamn phone, please. Just sometimes, not all the time. But today is Easter Monday. Is that what it's called? Or the day of whatever? I don't know. I don't know what the religious days are. I should know this because my dad was Catholic. And he tried to get me to be a Catholic, but I rebelled. But anyway, I know it's the Monday after Easter Sunday, and we have had the 4 days of Easter, Good Friday, the Saturday, the Easter Sunday, and now the Monday. 4 days of public holiday, 4 days of peaceful, quiet. And because of my living situation where my ex or current partner, I don't know what to call him, we are in the process of me moving out. He is up in the garden cottage, the granny flat. I'm in the main house because of my son. My son is here. And so we're not really interacting. And so it's just been me and my son in the house, chilling, really. And it is so wonderful. And some of those days, I think for 3 or 4 days, has it been every day or the last 3 days, I have turned off my phone for long stretches of time during the day. And it is so healing. It is so healing. I've turned off my phone. And yesterday and today, what I did was I just put a chair out in the garden and I sat in the garden and I just sat. No phone, no book, no podcast in the background, no music, no nothing. I didn't even try and meditate. I just sat in the garden in a chair. So with the sun kind of behind me so that it's not beating on my face. And I just sat looking at the sky, looking at the trees, just absorbing the scenery, just listening to the sounds. Like I said, not trying to meditate, but it's amazing when you just sit and don't stuff your brain with input. Eventually you do drop into something kind of like meditation-ish, but you don't have to. Don't put pressure on yourself. I guarantee you, even if you're in a big city, if you have a balcony, if you have a place that you can go, a local park, turn off your phone. If you can, leave your phone at home, even if it's for an hour. Turn off your goddamn phone. And the reason is because the way we are nowadays with our phones, we are constantly connected to this device, checking for emails, checking for WhatsApps, checking our social media, checking whatever, checking the time, checking the weather, checking for the movies, Googling shit. I do it too. And I'm not saying it's not useful. It is so useful. I'm so glad I live in a time where I have a phone. GPS, it's so helpful. There's so many things that are helpful. But just now and then, to just disconnect and be without that attachment, it is incredible. And Liz Gilbert talks about this. She talks about a digital Sabbath. It can be any day of the week for a couple of hours if you can. Now, I know having a phone is a safety device and it's very, very, very useful. I'm not saying that it's not incredibly useful to have. But please, please do yourself a favor. Just do it. Listen to your wise old Auntie Louise here on YouTube. I am feeling so much better, so much calmer, tuning into that true essence because of it. And when you have your phone off, especially like me who works for herself, well, I do. I work for myself. I'm on YouTube and I sell meal plans and training programs on my other channel. And I will comment from my other channel below here and you can find that other channel if you are interested in a weight loss journey. Very real advice, no bullshit. So obviously I use my phone. I make videos with my phone. I check the comments. I respond to comments. I send training programs. Okay, that I do from my PC, my actual computer. But there is a lot that I do on my phone. And it is like having an extension of yourself. But, oh, it is so nice to turn it off. And I promise you, if you can do it, like I say, even if it's for 2 hours, don't feel stupid. You think, oh, what's 2 hours going to do? What is, I've got to do the mission of turning it off, and then I've got to turn it on, and I don't remember my PIN. I know all the excuses. I know. I do it too. But I promise you, if you can just turn it off, put it in a drawer, even if let's say you don't want to turn it off, put it away in a drawer, go outside, walk away from it. If you're brave enough, like let's say you are not worried about safety, go for a walk without your phone. Go do something without your phone. Go for a drive without your phone. Leave it at home. Whoa, mind-blowing. When I grew up in the 80s, as a kid, I used to walk to school without a phone. I used to ride my bike around the neighborhood without a phone. How would my parents know where I was? I don't know. We'd have to communicate beforehand. Life is possible without your phone. So yeah, that goddamn phone, it is the problem. And it is a device that I feel it too. It gets us to compare. And we are always hooking into too many other minds. And I was thinking, I was watching a podcast, Dr. Lisa Feldman on the Diary of a CEO, and I'd watched a clip that got me enticed about watching the podcast. And whilst it is good, it was kind of like an hour or two of my life wasted. It wasn't that good. And I keep thinking, how many hours of my life am I wasting listening to average interviews, listening to interviews that are so-so? And I do think podcasts spread some really valuable information. So I'm not saying to never, ever watch any of them. But on the whole, when I think back, how many of them have really made an impact? Not that many. And I listened to Huberman and I've implemented some of his stuff, but a lot of it is just like excess shit to worry about. A lot of it is this, like I call it healthorexia, where you're just trying the next health thing, the next, what is the word I'm looking for? Where people are always doing these things. There's a word for it now. Old age, I've lost my mind. I can't think of the word. But you just, it's like the blue light blocking glasses and the no screen time and the ice baths and the kale smoothies and the keto and the, I don't know, what else are people doing? The red light saunas and the, morning sunlight is great, but who wants to do that in the middle of winter when it's fucking cold outside? There's all these like things that people are doing, but to me, so much of that is actually just stressing us out. And I think a lot of the right actions would actually come to you if you just turned off your goddamn phone and sat outside in a garden or gardened, or went for a walk, whatever it is, just got quiet and stopped filling your mind with so much stuff. At least that is what has come to me over this long weekend, where I was tempted to like, oh, I must make use of the day. I must go out and do something. I must go to the shops. I must go, I don't know. You know how we do. We've always got to be doing. But I didn't. And that made all the difference. I just stayed home. Okay. I went for 2 runs. This morning I went to gym. And then I came home and I just stayed home. And that is wonderful. And reading a book is fantastic, but sometimes even reading a book is still input. And I do think that in the modern world, this is just my humble opinion, but I feel it to be true in my bones, we suffer from too much input. And a lot of the input, like I say, is good, but not all of it. And do we need all of it? Sometimes it's just interesting shit that we actually don't need to know. It's interesting shit that we don't need to know. And even watching me, if I can just get you to turn off your phone for a couple hours out of the day or one day a week, my job here on earth will be done. Today, I sat outside in the garden for an hour or so. And I thought to myself, or I had this feeling like, if this is all I did for the rest of my life, it would be a good life. Which made me think how simple life could be and should be, and how we overcomplicate it and how we chase things. And there's nothing wrong with chasing goals. I'm not saying that there is, but to just have a day, a normal day, where you wake up, you do a bit of movement, eat some lunch, you sit in the garden, and you don't even have to think or not think or whatever. Just your mind just does its thing. You can do some washing, cook some food, chop some vegetables. Like that kind of simple life, that could be a life so well lived that you could die happy. I have now, at 46, I've come to this place in my life, finally, but it's taken years and age and experience to realize that there really truly is nothing out there. It is all in here. And it's such a cliche, and I've heard it said a million times before, and I've never understood it until my mid to late 40s. Sitting outside in that garden, the peace, the joy, I won't say euphoria, but the sense of mild ecstasy, it just is, because you are observing butterflies, watching the clouds come and go, listening to the wind. It's just the birds, the crickets, the insects. There were bees swarming, and then they went away. I don't know where they came from. I don't know where they went to. But I realized that there is a whole life outside, right outside my window. If I just step outside into the garden, that I miss every day because I'm stuck in my head. But actual life is happening outside every goddamn day, and I'm missing it. And today I got to see the clouds come in, make a pattern, go away, and now there's a new pattern as I'm looking outside my window. That is life happening right here in front of me. And now I'm sounding very Eckhart Tolle, but all of this has come to me because I turned off my phone. And I had to turn it back on so I could make this video. But anyway, I just want to also take the time to update you guys. So my son and I found a house that we really like. We have an offer ready. We just need the one trustee, to sign the offer. It's not in. I would kindly ask all of you, those of you who have resonated with any of these videos, because I have poured my heart out, if you would hold in your minds and your hearts a blessing for us, that we may find a home that will be a good home for us, and that if this is the right home, may it come to pass. I do believe in the power of everyone holding something like a shared or a combined vision. I do kindly ask all of you that, because I believe that if I send love to you, I believe you receive it. And if you send love to me, I do believe I will receive it. And I don't know how to give love out into the world other than by making videos, because I find, I love writing, and I have written before on Medium, but it seems that video is the new way forward. And all I want is to just transmit the love I have in my heart to all my fellow human beings. And I know that sounds woo-woo, and I don't know if I'm dreaming, but I do believe if I could just somehow send you the honest, true love of somebody else on the planet, because not all of us received the right kind of love growing up. Not all of us receive the right kind of love in our daily lives, in our relationships. I want you to know that there is somebody on the planet, me, and other people too, who have this genuine love for people. Even though people can be such assholes, and I know that, I have this genuine love for people. And so this is where technology is amazing. So don't turn off your phone forever. Tune into my videos. But I ask that you send me a bit of love, and I will hold you who are watching this right now, I hold you in my heart. So just know that you are held in love. You really, truly are. And the last thing I want to say is I'm seriously contemplating going a darker color. I don't know how dark, I don't know what shade, but look at how dark my natural hair actually is. And I did mention, you see, now that I haven't touched up my blonde for a while, you can see my natural color there. Very, very dark. In fact, let me show you the back. This is now for the ladies. All the men can turn off now. This could get boring. But my natural hair color, I've been fiddling, that's why it's a bit messy, is very, very, very brown, brunette. And in fact, obviously it's quite an ashy brown. But the problem is, I know if I go dark, see there, look how dark it is under there. I'd actually forgotten my natural color. I know the problem with going a darker color is that it's the roots, because I'm going gray. This root upkeep, I'll have to find somebody who I can tolerate going to see like every 2 weeks. But now I could do it at home, I know, but I suck at doing my own hair. I just cannot part and separate and get to the back. So I would either need to find somebody who would just do box dye for me in their salon, or I need to find a friend, or I need to just find a salon that I can tolerate. But that is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe to go dark. I actually did a AI thing where you can test hair color. And weirdly enough, the black didn't look too bad on me. But I don't think I'm brave enough to go black, because once you put black dye in your hair, you never get it out. I did it once when I had short hair. And to go from black to lighten it back again was quite a nightmare. So I don't know if I'll do that. But yeah, just sharing my thoughts. You can see I'm starting to just think of a new beginning, a new me. Who am I truly on my own again if I contemplate the fact that my son and I may move out and I'm starting a whole new life. And that new life has to incorporate tons of silence, stillness, solitude, and peace. Because I've finally realized you only get one life. Thanks to the death of my ex-husband, so brutal, so tragic, so sudden, so unexpected. And we know this, that this could happen to any one of us at any time. And yet, until it happens to someone in your circle, it doesn't hit home. But suddenly I'm like, while I'm here, I want to make the best of it. And what feels good to me is having that solitude, that peace, that quiet. Not forever, not always. I mean, no, when I say not forever, not every day, all day, but I like interacting with people. I have this thing where I think I just want to fix everyone's broken hearts. And that's probably why I've gotten into relationships that don't always serve me. I want to go and fix everyone's brokenness. And now it's time for me to fix my brokenness. I will leave you with that. Please turn off your phone one day this week. Promise me you'll do it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.